What's going on, guys? So, wanted to answer the question of why is a Bitly account important and what is a Bitly account? Um, One of the main reasons you want to have a Bitly account or any URL shortener is because it's hard to remember those long URLs. So if I say, hey man, go to williamfeatherstone.com /LND /TFE podcast, the one thing that I know is going to happen, you're not going to remember any of that. So the way to kind of overcome that hurdle is I can always say, hey man, just go to bit.ly /TFE podcast. Still fairly long, but you have a better chance of retaining that information than that extremely long URL that you had before. Another good reason to have this is because if you're using a lot of text and you may have to put it on a flyer or a promotion, or you're trying to fit that into one of your Twitter posts, Instagram posts, you only get a limited amount of characters. So when you have those limited amount of characters, you want to make sure that you are taking advantage of that real estate that you have. So in this case, I'm going to show you an example. So right now, if I were to tell you to go to thefearless.co /podcast, there's a lot of opportunity for you to either mess up the URL and not get there, for you not to remember all of that information and you not be able to get to my URL, or for that long URL to have too many characters and not fit into my Twitter post, Instagram post, any type of promotion that has a limited amount of characters. So the importance of having a URL shortener like Bitly is to take advantage of being able to shorten that URL as well as connect it to something that you guys are doing. For example, the one that I would use is the one that I've used to create a link for the podcast. So here's an example. Here's what the URL is. It's http thefearless.co /podcast /. So you click on that, it's going to take you there. But if I were to tell someone to type that in, first, it's not going to be extremely retainable for them if I'm speaking it to them. If I have it on a flyer, it could be just extremely too long to fit on a flyer, banner, things of that nature. So, in turn, I would just type in bit.ly /TF podcast 101. If I enter that in, boom, takes me directly to the site. Have a shortened URL, fairly easy to remember. So bit.ly /TF podcast 101. That way people are able to retain the information a little bit better. You're able to shorten it so that you can fit it on more promotion material. You have less characters so that you can share it on your Twitter, Instagram, that's on things that have limited amount of characters that you can use. And that's it. So that's the importance of having like a URL shortener. There are more reasons to utilize it, from stats and tracking, how many people click, and so on and so on. But I'll dive into that at another time. Good deal, Fearless family.